It wasn't a sprint, but more of a triumphant walk, as Strake Jesuits' Matthew Boling took hold of the Gatorade National Track and Field Athlete of the Year award, doing so just 2 months after breaking the national high school record in the 100-meter dash, winning the race in an amazing 10.13 seconds at the 6A State Track and Field meet.
I'm surprised just because this is my first year running the 100, so I didn't expect, I expected a 10.3, maybe a 10.4 the first time I ran it, but definitely surprised in a good way, and I'm excited to see what I run in the future.
And we are on.
2 weeks prior to his record-breaking run at State, Matthew's incredible win data time of 9.98 seconds at regionals ranked as the fastest high school time ever under all conditions.
I just remember there's a 5-second gap in between when we ran and when the times actually popped up, and I was like, okay, that's definitely under 10.1. And then I saw 9.98 and I was just in shock. I knew it wasn't win legal, but I was only Trayvon Bromell and I have broken all conditions 10, so it was obviously a big accomplishment for me, and I was really happy with it.
Happy for sure, while also propelling Matthew into the national spotlight with his remarkable and record-shattering exploits drawing the attention of virtually every major media outlet across the country.
18-year-old senior Matthew Boling smashing the national high school sprint record.
A lot of the attention has been a little bit overwhelming at times, but again, most of it positive, and I think Matthew's been handling it probably better than we have.
We feel blessed. We feel lucky to be able to have allowed Matthew to come here at Strake Jesuit. He got a great education, great training, good kid. We need to just now focus on making him stay humble.
Congratulations, young man. You did a very nice job.
Matthew's rise to track stardom has been nothing short of amazing. Here's Matthew as a junior at last year's regional meet, winning the 400 meters. A great race for sure, but who could have ever imagined what would ensue one short season later?
I ran the 100 in 7th grade, but then I stopped to run the 400, so this is my first year since then actually running the open 100. But yeah, the 100 is a spotlight event, so if you run faster than that, you get a lot of attention. But last year when I ran the 400, I was running good times, but I didn't really a lot of people are oh, he came out of nowhere, but I ran 46.1 last year, so that's not out of nowhere, but it just shows the spotlight on the 100.
But even with his record-breaking run in the 100 meters, it's Matthew's incredible come-from-behind anchor leg victory in the mile relay at the state meet which stands out most to many, especially for his proud dad.
Literally brought tears to my eyes is that when he came back on that 4x4 and won the race, the first thing he did was he turned around to look to see where Klein Forest finished. Because if he was able to win that race and Klein Forest finished 6th or worse, we would win the state title by 2 points. Unfortunately, they finished 5th. Good for them. They came up what they needed to do, but it made me so proud that running that race was all about Strake Jesuit winning its first state championship.
If all this weren't enough, Matthew owns the nation's fastest 200 meters this year in a sizzling 20.30 seconds. And his long jump of 26 feet 3.5 inches is the 7th best leap in the history of high school track. Not surprisingly, drawing high accolades from the likes of track icons such as Olympic great Carl Lewis, one of the all-time greats in all 3 of those events.
My focus is the 100, 200, and long jump, and he's the best to ever do it in that. So to have somebody who's been there and done what my goals are is really special.
This summer, Matthew will represent Team USA in the Under-20 Pan American Games in Costa Rica, while ultimately setting his sights on representing Team USA on an even bigger stage.
My biggest goal is to make it to the Olympics and make it to that professional stage where I can make world championship teams and Olympic teams. So yeah, just get better and try to make those teams that I've had my mindset.
He made a believer of me. for sure. And I kept asking Coach Collier as we were going through and doing, college interviews and stuff like that. I said, Coach, he wants to go to the Olympics. Do you really think he can do that? And he goes, well, I'll tell you what. He said, if he's up on that podium in the state finals, yes, I think he can. So he's on the podium. So I guess I'm buying my tickets to the Olympics.
An Olympic ticket certainly seems the course for the fastest sprinter in the history of high school track and field.